Hey, it's Renessa. I realized that I hadn't done a video for you in a really long time, and I was like, I just want to connect. So I wanted to talk, and so we're going to talk. If you follow me, then you know that my entire life's mission is to equip you to discover, design, and get highly paid doing work you love. And so today I wanted to talk about staying in the step that you're in. So one of my mentors, Shanda Sumter, says this all the time. Like this is the thing that she just drills, like stay in the step you're in, stay in the step you're in, stay in the step you're in. And this year, that's been a mantra that I have literally just embodied and ingrained as my own, because it's been so instrumental in just being focused and productive and crushing it. And so I'm seeing this issue in so many of the people that I work with as well. And I thought, if I'm seeing it with them, then I know something that one of y'all is struggling with this as well. So let me just go ahead and talk about it. So let me explain why staying in the step you're in is so important. Staying in the step you're in is you focusing on the thing that's right in front of you that you can control. Not getting sidetracked by everything that's coming down the pike or all the fears that are coming down the pike, but the one thing that's in front of you that you can control now that's going to move you towards your perfect work. And so I remember, like, many years ago, I had started a new job. And, when you start your new job, you're trying to get the lay of the land, who are the players, all that. So I was having a conversation with my new boss, and I was asking her, I was like, who are the top performers? Like, who are the folks that are like crushing it, And I remember I asked her the question, not because, and she told me who it was, right? And I remember asking the question, not because I wanted to learn from that person, but because in my mind, that was the person that I was going to dethrone. Okay. So talk about not staying in the step that you're in. When you start a new job, a new role, whatever, your job is to figure out how to deliver on and master the delivery of the thing that you were hired to do, right? Your job is to make your team look good, make your boss look good, elevate the company, add real value. Like that's staying in the step that you're in, not trying to get your name to the top of the leaderboard. Doesn't mean that you can't get your name to the top of the leaderboard, but that's not the original come from, and my come from at the time was corrupt. And so what that meant is I couldn't learn from her. Like she was much older than me. She'd been in the company a lot longer. And that was an opportunity to really glean best practices and really learn and master from her. But because I was all caught up in how do I dethrone her, that was an opportunity that I really missed. We were chummy and all, but my heart wasn't to really learn and grow, from her. And so whether you're dealing with a career, a business, or a mission, when it comes to your perfect work, if you are not willing to stay in the step that you're in, one of two things, or both, will happen. A, you will get so paralyzed and so overwhelmed by what it takes to bring the dream to life. Like you are going to be in step one, but your focus is on step 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? And with perfect work, step 2, 3, 4, and 5 always will scare the hell out of you. So you can't do the thing that is right in front of you to do because you're worried about, well, what about this next? And then, well, I don't know how I'm going to do that next. And, blah, blah, blah. So if you're thinking about pivoting or, something like that, the step that you're in might be, let me connect to folks who are doing the work that I want to do and let me learn from them on how I need to package myself and all that. Like your step might just be making the connections, but you're so far ahead of, well, how am I going to get, the connection to the job I want? And how am I going to get the interview? And how am I going to do this, that, and the other, that you don't do anything around just freaking connect with folks. Do what you got to do to connect with folks, right? So paralysis and overwhelm can happen. The second piece is, if you don't stay in the step that you're in, is that you end up struggling with discontentment and frustration. And a lot of that is born out of jealousy, envy, competition, and comparison. And this is a big deal for folks, high achieving women in particular, because there's this sense of ego, like, okay, I've got to be enough. I got to be enough. I got to be enough. So if you're starting a business, and this happens a lot with folks who are stepping in and starting a business, you're looking at your competition. You're looking at folks who've been in a game a long time. Their name is in lights. They're in demand. They're the books, this, that, and the other. And you're looking at that, thinking about how am I going to get there? When in actuality, the step that you're in might just be in building a customer base, in refining your message, in trying to understand your positioning and your value proposition. That's the step that you're in. And if you don't focus on that step, then you end up short circuiting and trying to replicate what somebody else is doing on the cheap, but you don't have a lot of value and you don't have a lot of depth. And so you end up, again, struggling because of comparison and envy and judgment and all of those things, when in actuality, all that's coming for you, it's coming for you, but you got to stay in the step that you're in. We start, you get, this is what I did with the corporate space. Here I am, want my name in lights, instead of being like, you know what, let me master the role, instead of being premature and trying to be the youngest X or the fastest Y, or, whatever the case might be. And so the bottom line, when you're going to do your perfect work, staying in the step that you're in is so critical, either in you having the productivity to do what needs to be done, and or having the level of fulfillment to be able to experience the success for the step that you're in. Because the first client, that's a success. The first customer, that's a success. The first time your article is published, that's a success. Like, all of these successes you miss if you are so far down the road comparing yourself to somebody who's been in the game a whole lot longer than you, or has a whole different set of circumstances. And so the reason, again, I'm sharing that is because I'm seeing it. And I know for me, it's the one place that I discipline myself in all the time so that I can focus on doing the thing that's right in front of me. Because sometimes you don't know steps 2, 3, 4, and 5, but if you do step 1 and you do it diligently and you're obedient to that space, all the other things begin to unfold for themselves. Okay, so I hope that this was encouraging to you. I hope it challenged you as well. And so if it resonated with you, reply back, drop me a line, let me know, send a confession, like, this is me. And I'd be happy to dialogue with you about it. But I hope that you're well. I hope that you're happy. And so this is to your success and happiness. I wish you well, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.